Live from the Newsmax studio in New York City, here is Steve Malzberg.
I have to read out.
When you mention high standard, the terrorists are shooting from hotels, they are shooting from schools, they are shooting from houses. Which is a high standard to fight against terrorism? How can you explain that?
The terrorists are shooting from?
Yes, from hotels. Today I saw pictures today from the IDF showing that they are shooting from hotels, they are shooting from restaurants, they are shooting from many crazy places that are civilian places. Do you have an idea of what is a high standard to combat terrorism?
I think I'm going to leave it at the statement we issued yesterday.
Yeah, the statement she issued yesterday was directed at Israel. That was Jen Psaki, State Department spokesman, yesterday, referring back to a statement from 2 days ago where they condemned Israel. But this reporter is asking, what about now that we know, what about the terrorists shooting from hotels here or there? Who are the terrorists? Are the Hamas is? Oh well, we'll stick to our statement yesterday. I don't know anything about that. Well, it's been revealed, ladies and gentlemen, today. We have French TV. We have Indian TV. We have reporters coming forward now showing the rocket launchers. Benjamin Netanyahu today coming forward with proof from the IDF in film saying, here are the rocket launchers next to the Gaza Elementary School, tunnels and launchers touching mosques. State Department, silence. The New York Times had a photographer at the conflict. I want to put up on the screen what the New York Times photographer, Tyler Hicks, said. This is a war fought largely behind the scenes. Hamas fighters are not able to expose themselves. If they were even to step a foot on the street, they would be spotted by an Israeli drone and immediately blown up. We don't see these fighters. They are operating out of buildings and homes at night. They are moving around very carefully. You don't see any signs of authority on the streets. If you can imagine every police officer, every person of authority in America gone, this is what it would look like. But I wanted to take you to that line. We don't see these fighters. They are operating out of buildings and homes at night. The New York Times photographer, ladies and gentlemen. And as I said, French television showing videos, Indian television showing videos of rocket launchers by UN facilities, by hotels, by schools. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out, much to the chagrin of the CNNs of the world and the mainstream media. It's Hamas. Even some of the Indian reporter is saying that, yes, indeed, now they could speak freely. It was Hamas that launched rockets that didn't go far enough, that killed Palestinian children. Shh. State Department, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on very quickly. Whoopi Goldberg and the girls on The View. Of course, she's going to be the only one left soon. They fired everybody else. She'll have other people with her, including Rosie, God help us. Here she's responding to some tweets and social media response that she got to something she said about teachers and tenure. Watch.
Yesterday we were in Hot Topics, we were talking about overhauling teacher tenure will be an issue in the 2016 presidential election. And some of our viewers lost their minds, apparently, about this and didn't see or hear what we said. So let me clarify, because Jenny and I were both here. We were not talking about good teachers who do a great job. We were talking about getting rid of teachers who don't do a good job. This was not teaching.
All right, so there you go. We're talking about teachers. She has to explain this. She felt the need to come back the next day and explain, to placate teachers more.
And I just want to let you Twitter folks know, I have kids and grandkids and stuff, so I understand the issue because they go to school.
Right.
I know it's shocking, though I have some money, that I would put my grandkids in school. But we do know teachers. My mother was a teacher. So this is not about bashing teachers, and I don't appreciate you misquoting what we said. We said that teachers who do not do a good job in teaching have no right to have tenure. That's what we said. That's what it is.
All right, here's the problem. Tenure protects teachers who turn bad. So if no one could have tenure, that's the problem. Not just the bad teachers can't have tenure. Tenure can't exist. Whoopee, duh. All right, we'll be back with gubernatorial candidate Rob Astorino. But first, how to lower your estate taxes. Don't go away.
You're watching Max to Money.
We've all heard it. Death and taxes are the only two certainties in life. You can't avoid death, but it's worth exploring how to lower your estate taxes so you can limit Uncle Sam's piece of the pie.
If you've been successful enough to accumulate a substantial amount of assets, you can lower or eliminate your estate taxes. There's a lot of ways to do it. It requires sophisticated planning. You have to coordinate with your CPA and your legal advisor, but effectively there are ways to get assets out of your estate at substantial discounts and avoid paying millions of dollars down the road.
The benefits and the detriments of the various techniques vary depending on the individual circumstances of the persons using them. It's important to huddle with your financial advisors and your attorney to figure out the best plan for you, whether that includes gifting, transferring your money, and/or creating a trust. I'm Hannah Ostapchuk.
Get more money news at Newsmax.com.